Okay, so Jerod Mayo is now gone because I honestly don't know why from the start. As again a lifelong Patriots fan, I've been a Patriots fan longer than I've been a fan of anything else in my entire life. Since the age of 4, I've been a Patriots fan. And this year we had not a ton of improvement from the year before, but we had Bill Belichick the year before too. And we had a good start. We had a solid start to the year with beating the Bengals. And the only big thing, like coaching decision, I would say Jerod Mayo that really stands out throughout the entire year that I would like be like, that's a bad call, was not going for it on 4th and 1 against the Seahawks in overtime. That's the only one I would that like really sticks out of my mind. I bet there's more, but for a first year head coach that you're getting because you wanted him to stay in the system of like Bill Belichick's way of coaching and have a former player is not a bad way to do it. To fire him in his first year, I personally do not like. I think he could have built up this defense to be even better than what they actually were. Because remember, we were without Matthew Judon, who was our best guy. He went down to Atlanta off of a trade that we did not get much in return of either. So that happened. Christian Gonzalez continued to be a beast like he was. But overall, this defense had some ups and downs the entire year. Had some really good games, had some not so good ones. But the main problem for our team was skill positions and O line. O line was atrocious. That was the thing throughout the entire year. That's why we didn't start May from the start. But at one point, Brissett was just getting hit so much. It's kind of like, well, I don't know when this offensive line is ever going to get better. So let's see what May's got. And we threw May out there, and he honestly did pretty good for what I was kind of expecting him to be. He showed up very well. And a lot of these rookie quarterbacks this year have actually been very good, surprisingly so. I mean, they're supposed to be a good draft class, but like usually have some ups and downs. A lot of them been pretty good. May's been very good for what I was expecting. Jalen Polk has not been a successful. It's not been a successful pick. Him and Adunze from Washington have not been great for their teams, and he's really not been good for us. We could have had McConkey, but no, we decided to go with that. We decided to go with Polk instead, and didn't work. That was a whole thing within itself. But you saw flashes of good things from Drake May. You really did, and a lot of good things are starting to happen. Stevenson's still on the team, and it's like, okay, we have the opportunity to keep the ball rolling. You saw some flashes of good. Can we collect that together? Can we get a good draft in? Mayo's first year as a full head coach, making all the picks, or being the decision making of a lot of the decisions that's going to happen with the picks and signings and everything. And they just let him go. They just let him go right after the game. And I bet he got told before that he was going to get fired. And that's why he let his boy from Tennessee, the man, Joe Milton, one of my favorite quarterbacks coming out of college, just ball out. And the dude played a great game. He played one of the best games we've seen all year. I mean, Drake May has some really good games, like the one against Houston, really good. But like, this was really, really good from Joe Milton. I was not expecting a game like this from a guy that was super inconsistent in college and very inconsistent in the preseason. Great start, very fiddled out throughout the entire preseason. He just came in and balled out. The guy had a great game, and we ended up winning. And now we have like the 4th or 5th pick, and we dropped from the first. Now Tennessee now is the first, and that sucks. So we drop a ton, and now instead of being able to get Travis Hunter, we might have to trade up for that, which I don't know the assets we're going to be willing to do for that, because again, Judon's not on the team, and no one else is like that has any worth. We're willing to trade, which is like Gonzalez and May. Those are like the main two, and Stevenson maybe, but I wouldn't want to get rid of him. So you have that as a base. I just don't like. I don't like getting rid of Jerod Mayo. This is his first year as a head coach. Like you expect him to grow. Like I remember Gronk was talking about this on Fox Sports. Like Jimmy Johnson went 1-15 his first year, and he had Aikman, and he had Steve Walsh as his guys. Like, let's see what he can do. He won titles with that team. A few trades here and there, had the big one on Herschel Walker, helped them get a title. You never know when opportunity shows up. You never know. And now we didn't want a quarterback, so it would have been great to have the first pick because we could have either got Travis Hunter or trade back with a team like Cleveland or New York or Tennessee, get some of their assets, maybe get another weapon or an O-line, which none of those guys have really good offensive lines at all, but maybe a weapon or two here and there, and then maybe get the guy like Will Campbell. Like, there's so many better things that happen when you have the first pick than the 4th or 5th pick in life. First pick sounds better, looks better, is better. 4th pick, you know Cleveland and Tennessee are going to go after quarterbacks, and you know New York probably will. But, like, you want that pick. You want to be able to make that selection for whatever you want. And without Cam and when Shedeur are gone, you really don't have a quarterback that's really that up there. So either you make a trade for one, you sign one, or you get some other position. That's going to be a tough spot to see what the Giants got to do with that. But for us in particular, O-line's got to get better, and we need skill positions. Hunter would have been great. Hopefully his wife doesn't mess him up. And hopefully we can get Will Campbell. But this would have been a great, like, uplifting start. That would have been a great start. And we don't have that now. We don't have that. I guess we're going to get Mike Vrabel. I guess that's my only suspicion. We're going to get him. But I don't like that. I really don't. Kraft, you can't be mad at what Mayo did his first year. You gave him nothing to work with. You gave him nothing. You gave him a rookie quarterback with a bad offensive line, solid running back, almost no weapons. I like Kendrick Bourne. That's the only guy I really like. The defense, you got Christian Gonzalez and then a mix of munchkins out there trying to make plays. And her best pass rusher, Matthew Judon, traded down to Atlanta for like a 3rd-round pick, even though he's way better talent than that. Like, it just doesn't make sense to me. It just doesn't make sense to me. I don't understand. You can't blame a guy when you don't give him the right assets. You let him build. That's the whole point of rebuilding. You let the guy build from the beginning to the end. You didn't let him do it. You didn't let him do so. I don't understand that. I don't know. And unless we get Mike Vrabel, and even then, that's a bad look for like a guy like Drake May. That's like, okay, my first guy is now gone. What do I do with now? That's bad for a rookie quarterback to have changes like that as a head coach. Unless we can get a guy like Mike Vrabel, I don't know I'm not sure what Kraft's doing here. I would have liked to keep Mayo around for at least one more year. But if we don't get, again, if we improve, cool. But I don't see this team improving that much in 1 year. This is not like a Washington situation or Houston. This is not like that. We're New England. It's a different type of build. It will be built from the ground up continuously. We don't have a Dan Quinn out there. Vrabel would be great, but Jerod Mayo would have been really cool too to see how he would have played out. I don't know. Put on a comment your opinions about this. I don't like this deal. Maybe this works out in the long run. I don't know. Kraft kind of acting crazy with this. I don't know. Shout out to Joe Milton for balling out, but again, bad time to do so. We wanted the first pick. Get us the first pick. As a Tennessee fan, it was great to watch, but why now? Why now? That's all I ask. Why now? Yeah. Hope you're great, y'all. Stay safe. Remember, God bless y'all.